Sankardev College Shillong ka Pynlong International Workshop of kyrpang ha khalai ba khasau trek ujilio aja apulai halor ka jingtmu khanang ban pinkre ka jingstang no ban pinrekam pura National Education Policy aja arpho chaka sarkar India hapo ka jala Hagane ka workshop ka ba arsi kinthi lawan shimbenta ki nang ka school ba repair na kumbashi spatam ki school naman ki district jangka jala mikhalaya lashim khya bat pnya yakane ka workshop daka IQAC ka English but History Department College haringkat ka jingtre lang bat ka Samagra Shiksha State Education Mission Authority of Meghalaya Education Department kani ka workshop ka long kum shibenta ban penkrea jana yakata ka platte kum ka G20 Jan Bhagi Dari events on the implementation of NEP 2020 with special emphasis on the foundational literacy and numeracy on the NIPUN Meghalaya Lawan pan play yakani ka national workshop to cabinet minister jang sarkar jilla uba polling do kiriu star riu shampang na po ka jilla ban nakalengkari India I principal bakinai ka jang college borakaway
Then everything fitted into place and I said yes, I should go ahead and be part of this program. It's a major initiative to kickstart our preparation for the National Education Policy 2020, which especially emphasizes on foundational education, literacy and numeracy, because it also resonates with a very ancient piece of wisdom that is found in the Bible. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The book of Proverbs. I think a lot of policy making, decision making, everything that appears modern and ultra-modern is always premised on very ancient wisdom. And today when we talk about molding children from the age of 3 up to the age of 8, it has also been scientifically proven that the first 9 years in the life of a human being are the most crucial formative years. We are all like pieces of clay, which at the initial stage can be molded into any form. Like a branch or a twig that can be shaped anyway while it is young. We will always tend to resist, and when we resist, we either break or get broken. So I congratulate Sankardev College for this massive initiative, laudable initiative of bringing the best of minds from the rest of the country and scholars and students from different parts of the state to engage meaningfully in a workshop of this kind, trying to understand the basics of foundational literacy and numeracy, more so in the light of and the backdrop of what Shillong was. I regret to speak of this in the past tense because Shillong was the education hub of East India, and it was always with pride that when I traveled, I remember traveling to Dhaka and meeting the elite, the best minds of Dhaka. And I was strangely surprised that quite a few of them mentioned Shillong as their first stop of learning. They all had their background of education in Shillong. And to think that today we are overwhelmed by a very high dropout rate of children in the state, when we are confronted by the debate that tends to dwell more on reservation rather than on merit, government jobs rather than strengthening the private sector in our mental makeup. I was surprised that in my recent trip to Europe, I met Khasis who worked as nuclear scientists, and landing back home, people are talking about why not government jobs, why not stable jobs in the state secretariat. So today, I think the timing of the workshop could not have been better. We need to instill confidence in our kids, in our school and college-going children, that we have it in us to be not only better than what we are, but to be on top of the world. The sky is the limit. Shillong has produced and has inspired the best of minds. When you read the autobiography of an unknown Indian by Niraj Chaudhary, he dwelt a lot on his childhood at Upper Shillong. And I found out that that particular work of his was a favorite of Winston Churchill. That's Shillong. Shillong, the birthplace of Arundhati Roy, who wrote The Goddess of Small Things. Shillong, the birthplace of the inventor of the ATM machine. And we have so less cash in our pockets today. Everybody complains about that. When we look at what this place, what Shillong was, and what it could potentially be, it becomes a challenge to policymakers, everybody who is involved in molding and modeling and designing the future of this state. And we are capable, we have the potential, we have the gift of doing it, starting with young kids who are the focal point of this workshop on foundational literacy and numeracy. 7 years ago, I was part of a cricket tournament, and while giving away prizes to students of St. Peter's School, of the entire winning team, whoever I inquired, were all students from Dhaka who had come to study at St. Peter's. That is still the legacy of Shillong. That is still the pride of Shillong. Let us rediscover and amplify it on that legacy, because we have it in us to lead by example. We've educated the best of minds, not only from East India, but from even across the world. I had an encounter with students from Thailand who had come to do research on the Khasi language. These are the fields of interest that surprise policy makers like me. And today, we are in a position to, I've always said this, either rewrite history or become history. Shillong, Sora, these have been the hubs of modern education. Therefore, let us rediscover the pride built upon it, lead from the front, and be examples of light, examples of learning, examples of excellence. I wish the deliberations and the workshop the very